Okay, here's how to do a quick synth hybrid run that could be an intro, transition or ending. Let's hear it and then I'll show you how to put it together. Hello, this is a video that goes into more depth about the parts of composing that I would normally spend a lot more time on than I do in the real-time composing videos, because I can't make them too long. People just aren't interested in. So what I've decided to do is take a specific example. So this is a run that could be an ending, and it uses strings into guitars and held tremolo with the synth drone. Let's hear what it sounds like. What I'll do for you is break it down into the component parts, and then you can go and do your own bit, absolutely. But I'm going to play around with it afterwards and you can watch that or not, up to you. So what have I done here? Well, we've got this string run, and that is literally running up the A minor scale. So A, B, C, B, C, D, C, D, E, and so on. And that's all it does. Now, bear in mind, we're in 6/8 at 120, just in case you're trying to copy this and you think, mine doesn't sound the same. I then copied that down an octave. So we've got the B strings an octave below. The key thing to notice here is we're in 6/8, so every 1 and 4 beat needs to be accented, because that's the feel we're trying to get. The reason I came up with this is because I actually heard it on, I think it was a pop track that did this, and there was the running strings, and it then came in with, so forget the tremolos for a second, this guitar sound. So it ran up, and then there was this ringing, well, it was this ringing high frequency, and I was like, what on earth is that? And then I realised, oh, actually, it's a guitar harmonic that has been plucked before the end of the string run, and therefore continued the tone that we were expecting at the end, which is an A, basically. So you'll see I've got this A ringing out. So A and E, so we're outlining the first and the fifth of the chord. All it's doing is this. And then you'll say, hold on, why didn't we hear the attack? Well, you don't really want to hear the attack of that, and that's because there's automation on all of these lanes. And this is the sort of thing I would do if I was fully producing a track and nuancing every single part of it, as opposed to what you often see me do is very quick sketches. This is the sort of thing that you need to go in and really pay attention to. So let's look at guitar long. I make sure it's down at 0 and then comes in. if that didn't happen, you'd actually hear the twang of the guitar come in, which is not what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is extend where the strings went to. So we want to build that in as opposed to, so let's put the strings back on. So we're extending that. Further to that, we've got the tremolo strings, which is a duplication of the previous patch, but instead of it being spiccato, it's now tremolo, and we're bringing them in as well. Which sounds nice and natural. Let's have a look at the synth drone that happens as well. And that might be enough for you. Absolutely. I've also put a pitch bend in here. So if we go to pitch bend, you'll notice the way I prefer to do it is play the correct note, which is going to be on 0. And if I'm doing a pitch bend, go plus or minus to get to the main note. Now, hopefully, my computer hasn't done that weird thing of... Nope, we're good. I thought I'd lost my mouse for a second. So we're going from minus 64 up. Tell you what, let's do it on its own. Now, depending on how you're listening, you might not have heard that at all if it was a phone. But let's put it all together. And the final part of the automation is to make sure that everything is out within a sensible space of time. Now, if you chose to do this as an intro or transition, obviously this is all going to change. I suppose this is kind of geared towards an outro. Dun, 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 dun. And it's kind of a button ending. It is a button ending because it gives you a finish point and then stops. An editor could cut that a bit quicker if they liked. But I think that's pretty good. Okay, let's turn off those solos. So if that's something you want to have a go at, off you go. I'm going to have a play around with this now. Stick around if you like. How do we make that sound even bigger? Well, for a start, these strings, we've got A's and B's. We're thinking about epic sounds. So what we might want is an epic left and right sounding reverb. Okay, so let's put so spiccato and tremolo, same family. Let's put them on a bus. So this is going to be string A, and we're going to have these go to a string B. Remember, you don't need to watch this bit if you're going and experimenting. This is just the way that I would improve the sound. Okay, so I'm gonna add reverb. That's the obvious thing to do. Now, okay, if I pick Spitfire audio, this isn't massively helpful, because what it's going to do is it's going to put the, I believe it's going to put them to the left slightly. Okay, so that's okay for string A. I'm going to have to reverse the hall. Actually, let's make sure we choose high strings first. Yeah. I'm not sure I actually need to go that far left or right. Maybe I could just use the hall. So there, I just used the hall. Let's maybe move them left. And there, or I might have moved them too far back there actually. Let's double check that. Okay, how does that sound? Okay, that still seems fairly in your face. Because we haven't turned any of them up. Okay, so if you go too extreme, so that's too much really. And one of those is much higher than the other, which is string B. Now, I know I've actually automated that. And it's the runs that are higher than the rest. And The only way you can do that is by looking at the meters as they go along. So it's that tremolo sounding a bit high. There you go. So that's eliminated that. So we've got the run and the tremolo string to play along with it. This guitar from Colossus is basically a pluck string, but I've got rid of the attack. You can do that on any guitar sound. So if I had that up there, you'd hear that hit. What I don't want is the hit. What I want is the rig out to join the rest of the sound. With the drone, not so bothered, because it happens to swell in anyway. All I've done is curved off the decay, and then again with the mosaic bass we've done that pitch bend to bring it up. That's it. The volume I've automated to make sure it comes down, so we get a final end. I don't think the pitch bend is crucial to this effect. I mean, none of those things are crucial to this effect. It's just, here's an example where you can use a string run and some hybrid effects to create an ending, transition, or intro. What you do with it from here is pretty much up to you. Like, we've added reverb for the strings. I don't think the guitar needs it. We could try some distortion. No. Actually, that's not bad. Bit too high end. Quite like that. Leave that on. Now, the synth and the bass, they're going to be straight down the middle. I'm not sure we need to move anything left or right. If I was going to do it, I'd move, oh, hold on. I'd make sure it was stereo pan, which weirdly only works on one there. And it should go from there. Let's go minus 30. There these to plus 30. Oh, plus 40. Therefore, I would bring those to negative 40. Now we've got some width. And if I'm doing this in Logic, I would run a mastering bus over it. Put on the cycle region, make it punchy and reanalyze. There you go, as if by magic. A string ending with a run. And all it required was string notes going up in the A minor scale, a tremolo to hit at the end, guitar to cut in, and then make sure you got a drone and basically make your own riser with a pitch bend. Job done. See you in the next one. Bye for now.